This week on eNEWS, how Lethbridge College is exploring cultural diversity, how the hospital is opening its doors to new rooms, and a celebration of sportsmanship.
Hello and welcome to eNEWS. I'm Cole Smith.
And I'm Demi Knight, and here's our top story. Over 600 students will be graduating this April from Lethbridge College with a post-secondary diploma or certificate. However, there may not be 600 jobs available for graduates looking to launch their careers. Our reporter Jessica Goose met up with a career advisor to see what options are available for graduates.
We'll help you find work so that you can survive.
And a survival job is what graduates may need. Stats Canada released last year's rates of employment for people after finishing their post-secondary education, and the numbers are down again. Although it's a small percentage, it's still impactful. Students like Mitchell Gallant say personal connections can help graduates find work, but it's not easy if you don't have them.
The ideal place where I want to go, they're no longer hiring external applicants. I have it in there, but not everybody does have that in, and so for a lot of people it's going to be very tough.
So if you don't have that in, what do you do? Career advisor Pam Crawshaw says it's up to you to market yourself. She adds that students and past graduates are able to access her department's services.
Become familiar with the employers who are out there. Certainly you can start with our job boards, you can start with our employers database. We have like 4,000 active employers from across the country who have recruited our students and graduates in the past, and profiles for them online so you can do some research.
Crawshaw also says it's common for you not to go into your career right after you graduate, but with bills, expenses, and the high cost of a social life, you'll need a survival job. These jobs tend to not need that much experience and for the most part don't need a specific diploma. As they pay the bills, Crawshaw also recommends to stay connected with your field of study.
It's not a great idea to sit at home and wait for a job to pop up in your email, right? It's a better idea to stay connected to the industry and meet as many people as you can until that right position comes along.
For eNEWS, I'm Jessica Goose.
Current and past graduates from Lethbridge College can access the Career Centre at the link shown on your screen. The centre offers help in resume building, portfolio reviews, mock interviews, and much more.
Lethbridge College celebrated cultural diversity this week. It hosted the annual Bridging Cultures event, highlighting the wide range of heritages among the staff and students. David Opinko has the story.
What brings people together more than food and dance? According to Lethbridge College, not a lot. The college's Bridging Cultures event saw people of all backgrounds display what makes them unique. The event kicked off with a number of musical and dance performances. Later followed by judo and kendo lessons. A new addition to Bridging Cultures this year is the International Food Fair, where students got to sample food from 5 different parts of the world. The college believes food can help bring people together.
And we wanted to try something new like a food fair. It involves working with our culinary program and getting the students involved in that capacity, and it was just a natural fit.
One of the most interesting exhibits at Bridging Cultures was Coins of the World. Students from the English Second Language program filled a map of the world with different coins from around the globe.
Many of them come with their own coins, but also many of them contact their own friends and they send coins from their country. So that was an amazing project.
Many international students feel this event was a great way to get people from different cultures to come together.
Like all the peoples from different countries, they just come here and celebrate each other and like to know them each other. So I think it was really good.
The Lethbridge College currently has 181 international students enrolled, coming from 31 different countries. The college feels its cultural and ethnic diversity has created the need for events like Bridging Cultures. For eNEWS, I'm David Opinko.
This was the 5th year the college hosted Bridging Cultures, and it expects significant growth for the next year's event.
Construction continues on the new Trades and Technology building at the college. Staying on schedule has been easy as the winter weather cooperated. From the rooftop to the dirt floor, Rachel Crow Spreading Wings got the chance to take a tour and witness the progress.
The new Trades and Technology building is well underway. The outside is almost complete, and the interior of the west side is ready for concrete. Project manager Clarence Slomp says the new building will hold more students who are interested in all the trades offered at the college.
There'll be 23 more classrooms, and the classrooms are all for the teaching times, the theory times for all the apprentices. And then the rest of the times will be time in the shops, in the automotives, heavy duty, welding, electrical, and so forth.
The roof is almost completely done, with only a relatively small area that needs to be insulated and covered with exterior poly. The vents that will either carry fresh air in or take the stale old air out are currently covered until they can be connected with the rest of the ventilation system.
Phase 1 is set to be completed by fall 2015. After that, Phase 2, which is the demolition of the current Trades and Technology building, can start.
Safety coordinator and Lethbridge College alumni Ross Caffin keeps track of all the progress made since the beginning of the project. He says that the number one thing on the job site, besides safety, is teamwork among the site bosses to get the job done.
But together as a team, the two of us probably do quite a bit of stuff on site to get things, keep things rolling.
Slomp and Caffin both say that the project is on time and on budget.
Completion of Phase 3 is scheduled for 2017.
Students in 3 different programs got the chance to work together while putting their skills to the test at an event last weekend. Criminal justice, EMT, and communication arts students from Lethbridge College were involved in emergency training exercise that provided them with real-world experience before graduation. Logan Schenk has the story.
Sirens stand as a warning to others that an incident has occurred and that emergency vehicles are on their way. This year, the college performed its 3rd annual mock disaster to give students from various programs a taste of the industry that they're walking into. Criminal justice students are taught to first preserve human life. Their next step is to begin their investigation and let the public know what the status of the incident is. Criminal justice student Justice Jansen White says that the experience she had while talking to the media was much more difficult than she thought it would be.
It would be better than if I had to just do another report off paper without having to do it in person.
EMTs, or emergency medical technicians, are trained to first assess the situation and prioritize patients based on injuries and responsiveness. They must then provide medical aid to victims on site, as well as to stabilize them during transportation to the hospital. The mock disaster gives students a chance to experience a real-life situation before their careers actually begin. Second-year broadcast journalism student Jessica Goose says that the mock disaster got her excited for her future career.
This is actually, quite exciting to me, and I hope at some point in my career that, I'll be covering crime at one point.
Makeup artists behind the scenes ensure that the student victim's wounds look as real as possible. Graduating EMT student and victim for the day, Brian Turner, says that the experience is exactly what students need before going into industry.
It's good to have this experience behind you because it's fake. There's not real injured people that you could mess up on. There's tons of room for error here.
For eNEWS, I'm Logan Schenk.
The scenario was a multi-vehicle collision in which alcohol was established as a contributing factor. Coming up next on eNEWS, we take a look at improvements to Chinook Regional Hospital. And local children found out how hard others have to work just for clean water.
Hey, it's Kiana Nelson, and you're listening to the Top 40.
Hey, this is Kyle, and you're listening to the Alternative Hour here on the Kodiak.
I'm Melissa Pudmay, and this is the Country Hour.
I'm Alex Mulick, and this is the Rock Hour on the Kodiak.
Hey, this is Sam Borsato, and you're listening to the 80s at 8 on the Kodiak.
It's 2 degrees at 2 o'clock. I'm Debbie Knight with Kodiak News. Lethbridge College.
Welcome to
to Campus Horizons. I'm Kiana Nelson, and I'm here today with Brenda Brandley from the Fashion Design Program. Thank you so much for joining us. So what's new with the Fashion Design Program at Lethbridge College?
Well, we had the opportunity to redesign the entire program, so it's now Fashion Design and Sustainable Production, and we have an emphasis on sustainability, design, production, and business.
Perfect. And I heard there's a transfer agreement, so what's up with that?
Yes, we just signed it this last month with the University of Lethbridge, and it's a 2x2 agreement, which is very exciting. So after getting their diploma here, they can then transfer to the University of Lethbridge in the Fine Arts Department and get a theatrical design degree.
Perfect. And what are students doing to prep for Kaleidoscope, and is there anything about Kaleidoscope that you'd like to mention?
Yes, the students are working really hard prepping. They have all of their outfits to make, as well as displays and different things like that. They're responsible for getting all the models, model call, fittings, so they're working really long hours to get everything ready for the show. And Kaleidoscope itself, this year we're really concentrating on Kaleidoscope as a fundraiser for student awards. So anybody who is interested in coming and seeing what all the programs are doing, and particularly the fashion show, of course, can come and please bring your money and help student awards.
That's great. Thank you so much, Brenda. Well, that's all the time that we have today on Campus Horizon. See you next time.
It all began with grade 1 students at a Lethbridge school learning about the rights and responsibilities of children. This week, 300 students were walking in the shoes of kids half a world away just to get access to a safe water supply. Once again, here's Kiana Nelson with the idea behind this educational experience.
That much of the fresh water. So now you've only got that much left in the world for people.
All grades at Lakeview Elementary School were put into shock as they learned what people go through in third world countries just to get something as simple as water to drink and bathe in. They were experiencing what it's like to live in a third world country as they walked 1 kilometer from their school and back while managing to lug an ice cream bucket full of water without trying to spill it, as millions living in those countries do every day. Teacher Deb Firth was the one who came up with the idea, hoping that it'll bring a sense of realization to students.
Well, we live in such an affluent society that our kids are so blessed with easy access to clean water. And so our hope is that these kids understand what others in the world have to go through.
Students were able to get water from 2 emergency tanks set up by the city. Students say the practice was an eye-opener.
It was a great experience, but it was kind of upsetting because I realized how lucky we are to have clean, fresh water really easily.
Not only did they learn about these developing countries, but also that water is a precious resource.
Like a globe, it looks like there's lots of water on it, but lots of it is salt water and not clean water. But then, we did this project to see how much there was, and there was not a lot left.
Educators say they hope one day a student here will take the initiative and create a way to help people in Africa and elsewhere access clean water. For eNEWS, I'm Kiana Nelson.
Statistics say 5,000 children die every day in developing countries as a result of unclean water. A local man, his service dog, and hundreds of volunteers are taking small steps that will lead to a giant leap in donations to the Lions Foundation of Canada. I went to find out why taking a simple walk around the lake could help raise money for man's best friend. Guide dog Jax here and his owner Bill Brown go on walks daily. However, now they're walking for a much bigger cause. For the past 13 years, Bill has made it his priority within the community to raise donations for the Lions Foundation of Canada. He does this through yearly Purina walks at Henderson Lake.
We've been running walks in Lethbridge since 2002, and in the 13 or 14 years we've been running walks, we've raised over $500,000, about $525,000 we've raised in that period of time.
These walks are held for the public to attend to help raise donations. Bill says that all of this money raised goes towards funding the association that provides guide dogs to an array of people throughout the country. So far, the donations made from the yearly walks have gone towards training 14 guide dogs here in Lethbridge and over 50 throughout the country as a whole. It wasn't, however, until 2002 that this event came to Lethbridge, and it was all thanks to Bill.
It's a way for me to give back to our community and give back to the school that trains these dogs. The dog costs me nothing. They provide the guide dog to me free. So we raise the money for the school so they're able to operate.
It takes place on Saturday, May 30th at 3 p.m. To find out more about this event and how you can help, you can visit the website on your screen. And now, with a look at next week's weather forecast, here's Manisha Sachindevan.
We start the week with a sunny day. On Monday, it will be sunny with high of 17. Tuesday, carry an umbrella as we have chances of shower with high of 7. Wednesday, dress warmly as we have chances of shower and snow with high of 11. Thursday and Friday, again carry an umbrella as we have chances of shower with high of 12. Mix of sun and cloud for the weekend with temperatures in the mid-teens.
Thanks, Manisha. The city of Lethbridge is faced with a problem most never have. It has too much money. The city discovered it has a budget surplus of $3.7 million. City Treasurer Corey White says the surplus money will help fund a number of different causes.
By policy, the surplus money at the end of the year goes into the Municipal Revenue Stabilization Reserve, or the MRSR, and it is used there to fund one-time projects or to be used to stabilize fluctuating revenues in our budget.
Last year's surplus helped fund the 55-plus Winter Games, community housing projects, and other initiatives.
The Chinook Regional Hospital's emergency room has received a facelift, with a phase 2 of 5 in the $9 million renovation project completed. The hospital's emergency room is now open to the public. Sarah Striga went to take a peek at what the hospital is offering and how it will affect patients.
It's new, it's bright.
Newly renovated rooms are now open at the Chinook Regional Hospital in Lethbridge, with the introduction of 6 new treatment rooms. Phase 2 of the 5-phase renovation program is now complete. Although the change is welcome, renovating a fully operational hospital was a difficult task for all involved.
We put through 4,500 patients a month through this department, and we've had a reduction in the amount of our treatment spaces. So the teams have worked really hard on trying to ensure our wait times are kept to a minimum and that they can keep that flow going.
The emergency department hasn't been renovated since the hospital first opened in 1988. Renovations in total won't be completed until 2017, but once they are, it will increase emergency room traffic by over 30%.
It certainly does lower the stress level. We're looking forward to that. We haven't benefited totally from it because we're only at the end of phase 2, but we are very encouraged by what we've seen and are looking forward to when we're completed all 4 phases. I think that'll be great.
With the renovation project half completed, patients can expect more privacy in rooms like this while waiting for emergency care. For eNEWS, I'm Sarah Striga.
The 3rd phase of the project will be underway in April and should take approximately 6 months to complete. Coming up next on eNEWS, we take a look into the world of professional wrestling and how a former Lethbridge College grad is cooking up his own success.
Celebrating
50 years of being together!
Hi, welcome to the Kodiak Report. Joining us this week is Allie Cameron from the Kodiak's women's basketball team. So thank you, Allie, for joining us this week. So you've had a couple amazing weeks. We were in provincials, you were in nationals, and you were actually just named the CCAA Women's Basketball Player of the Year. What was going through your mind when they called your name for that?
It was funny because they said from the pride of Carstairs, Alberta, and usually people say I'm from Raymond. And so we all kind of sat there silently and then realized that it was me because they said my name. And so we were cheering pretty loud, but I was pretty shocked, but yeah.
It wasn't something you were expecting?
No, not at all, actually. Yeah, it took me by surprise. The girls had videos of it and my eyes were just like, oh. They kind of open up a little bit wide and then get up there and accept the award, so it was good.
And your team's had an amazing season, going almost undefeated. What do you think it is about the team that's made it so successful this year?
We just get along really well. We all kind of, like, there's no drama. We like to work hard. We had the same goal all season. Brad, coach, did an incredible job of getting the team together, putting those pieces together, and just knowing how to get the best out of us. So.
Thank you so much, Allie, for joining us. That's all the time we have for this week. We'll see you next time.
Students and staff got their growl on this week to welcome home the Kodiaks. Eric Mickelson is standing by to give us all the details. Eric?
Thanks, Demi. A roaring crowd awaited the Lethbridge College Kodiaks in Center Core this week. I was at the rally to see what was up with the hype. With smiles on their faces and medals around their necks, the Kodiaks were welcomed home to a proud campus. The men and women's basketball teams returned to campus on Tuesday following a busy weekend at Nationals.
The dot for two, you can count it, and a 5.
The men came home with bronze medals and the women with silver. Allie Cameron says that she was proud that her team went as far as it did.
That's exactly what she wanted.
Semi-final game was super fun to get to the championship game, and then we had one more game and we came up a little short, but it's okay, we still succeeded, I think.
You know, I don't know what else to say, but I'm just really proud to be the coach of this program.
Emotional Lethbridge College coaches and staff were beaming with pride from the student athletes' hard work.
What I really appreciate is that some of my colleagues in some of the other bigger institutions are noticing what's happening at Lethbridge College, and that's very cool to actually know that we've built up the program. The staff in the program, the coaches have been awesome just to really keep building and to be at this point. It's a wonderful feeling.
Athletics Director Todd Coughlin says the Kodiaks set the bar high and they will have to work hard to keep it there.
We started out great this year with our golf teams, 2 individual titles, going to the national championships, carried over with our cross country, and then just all year long. I mean, teams have just gotten better as we went, and this turnout today shows the support that the community and the college has. I'm a pretty happy guy right now.
Cameron is proud to share this title with her teammates during her last year as a Kodiak.
It was awesome. It was super fun. We didn't change a thing. We were still super laughing and giggly and dancing, so it was good.
Allie Cameron is also the recipient of the CCAA Player of the Year Award for her successful season.
What else have the Kodiaks won during this season?
The men and women's basketball teams also won gold at provincials, which sent them to nationals. Also, the cross-country team took home some hardware at the provincial and at the national level.
Good job, Kodiaks. Thanks, Eric. Many people consider professional wrestling an exercise in theatrics. In fact, becoming a wrestler is not a life desired by most people. But as Manisha Sachindevan reports, while acting may be one part of the game, bruises, broken bones, and bumps are a reality.
The road to professional wrestling has a lot of obstacles. There are several reasons to become a professional wrestler. That's what makes it more interesting. Edward Gatsky, also known as the Gothic Knight, is a wrestler and co-founder of Pure Power Wrestling. He started his career as a professional wrestler in 1995. WWE offered him a contract, but he turned it down because it would have negatively impacted his family life.
Once it became evident and that it was starting to tax my personal life, I had to make a decision. Fame and glory or family? And I chose my family.
Another wrestler who have been with Pure Power Wrestling for 5 years is Kevin Farrell, also known as Sydney Steele. Farrell started his wrestling career 8 years ago. He's also one of the co-founders of Pure Power Wrestling. He also worked at the Lethbridge Chamber of Commerce in its marketing department. Like Gatsky, Farrell has wrestled in many parts of Canada.
Yeah, I wrestle fairly regularly up in Edmonton for Monster Pro Wrestling. I've also worked pretty much all across the country. The only provinces I haven't worked in would be BC and Quebec.
Greg Kershaw, also known as Death Wish, is another professional wrestler with Pure Power Wrestling. He works as a graphic designer and is about to get his degree in English at University of Lethbridge. Kershaw says training is the most important part in wrestling.
You're going to get out of it what you put into it. So I train quite a bit, lots of time in the gym to stay in shape and things like that. We try to train every week, at least in the ring, and then pretty much daily in the gym and working on our own things.
Despite of all the hardship that comes with pro wrestling, most wrestlers agree that the thrill of cheering and jeering crowds makes it all worthwhile. I am Manisha Sachin-Devan for eNEWS.
Pure Power Wrestling only does one show per month in Lethbridge. To improve, performers need to compete in other cities as well. Most wrestlers at PPW travel back and forth between Lethbridge and Edmonton to gain experience.
A popular local restaurant has been recognized yet again with another accolade to add to its wall of fame. I caught up with the owner to see what all the buzz was about and how he managed to launch a successful enterprise. Two Guys in a Pizza Place has made the cut. It was a feature in a segment of the popular TV show You Gotta Eat Here. Owner Corey Med got his start here at the college learning the basics in business, which 2 years later led him to create the award-winning pizza place.
And honestly, from those 2 years at the college, I felt pretty comfortable opening a business. I definitely learned some things on the job as well, but the college definitely gave me a good foundation to move forward.
Corey was awarded the college's first ever Alumni Rising Star Award back in 2009 for his contribution to not only the community, but Lethbridge College as well. Development Officer Sandra Dufresne says Alumni Relations honors those graduates that stay engaged and help out in the community.
We like to say that you're a student for a short time, but an alumni for life, and serving current students in a really meaningful way. And certainly Corey Med is an example of one of our graduates who has done great things in that regard.
Corey earned his Rising Star Alumni Award by donating not only his pizza, but his time to community events, which eventually led to his nomination and later him winning the award in 2009. Not only has Two Guys in a Pizza Place been recognized for its work within the community, but it's been recognized for the quality of its food on a national level.
We've sort of gotten better and better every year, and in 2012 we were in the finals of the non-traditional category, and our Italian club pizza got 5th in the world. So we were very proud of that. Everybody above me was sort of a big name chef, and nobody really knew who we were.
Two Guys in a Pizza Place has been the talk of the town in Lethbridge, and now it is elsewhere as well. Well, that's all the time we have for today on eNEWS. I'm Cole Smith.
I'm Demi Knight, and we'll see you next time.